Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday, July 16th. I had to practice that a few times because I kept on forgetting. I'm like, is it Tuesday? Is it Wednesday? What's going on? It's Tuesday, and it is July 16th. We're getting through the summer. It's hot. It's grueling. I'm in Miami. I hope all you guys are having a good day. Welcome back to the Brandon Mason Show. Organizing everything here in my studio as we're improving and advancing and expanding, all because all these great people are helping us grow. I just got to tell you, we got a lot to talk about today. I got my coffee right here. Everybody this morning, if you're sipping on some coffee, sipping on some tea, drinking some water, stay hydrated, whatever you do, I appreciate you for getting on and hanging out with me for our morning show from 10 to 10:30, and with guests, we're till 11. But today, we're rocking and rolling. We're going to dive into the Buffalo Bills. We're going to talk about Josh Allen. We're going to talk about Stefon Diggs, what happened there, James Cook, impact players, their schedule, what's really going on with the Bills, and should they fix something that's not broken, right? Let's go into that right now. And the first conversation and segment today as we get through every single team before the season starts. Today we got the Buffalo Bills, and it's easy. Buffalo Bills needs for the 2024 NFL season. What are they missing? What was broken? What can they fix? They were this close to getting to the big game. Everybody knows that. They played some good teams. Obviously, playing against the Chiefs, that's a tough matchup, right? Getting down the end of the road. Everyone that's coming in, good morning to you. If you're coming in for the first time or you've been here, throw the dice in the chat. Everyone that's in the live stream watching right now live with me, I greatly appreciate you. Drop in the chat right now. Throw the dice out there. Put the footballs in there. Welcome back to the live show. I'm excited to have everybody in here this morning. A lot of people are going through a lot of things. And I'm going to dive into this today, and we'll also have some shout outs and some things as we get forward. But Buffalo Bills needs, what do they got going on? The Bills Mafia, right? We know them. They're out there. They're rocking and rolling. They have a great fan club. We're going to get into that as well. The Buffalo Bills, what they're bringing to the table this year. It looks like, similar to last year, they have a lot of great talent. They had a great setup. They have a great organization, great fan base. But more importantly, Josh Allen, what does he bring to the table? What does he need this year? He didn't have last year, right? And that's what teams are doing in the offseason. And I keep saying that every morning we have a new team until we get to preseason, to the live play-by-plays. When the action starts, we jump on here. We have a lot of things to talk about during the season. So right now we're going through team-by-team progression, through roster details, depth charts, and what's going on. And I got a full setup here. The needs this year is a receiver, right? And we're going to talk about that a lot this season because they need a receiver. They lost Stefon Diggs, and for a lot of great reasons, I have it on here, why he left, why it was a must-trade situation. I got that lined up, but the needs this year is a receiver because they lost, obviously, Stefon Diggs. And here's what you got, right? I'm pulling up here some pictures, some images to see who they got. Keon Coleman, this is who they were big on. They brought him in, signed him at the receiver position to step up and make plays. Josh Allen really needed another target after Stefon Diggs last year leaving the team, had some, I want to say issues, whatever you want to say. They bring in Keon Coleman, a guy they can rely on, a guy they believe in. And obviously they have a tough defense. They play tough football year in and year out. Buffalo, whether they got the best talent on the roster, the Buffalo Bills have a great organization. They play well. But the needs right now, I'm just saying, they need some offensive weapons. Josh Allen has to be able to go back, and he's got to be able to look around and find talent. And I've been talking about the tight end position, and I promise you can take that to the bank. Anybody right now, if you're in the chat right now, will the Buffalo Bills make the playoffs? Drop that in there right now. Will the Buffalo Bills make the playoff this season? Losing some talent. Will they make the playoffs? And is Josh Allen overrated or underrated, right? I happen to think Josh Allen is a great football player. Is he underrated or is he overrated? Drop it in the chat right now. I want to see what you guys think. And yes, we are going to get to the Lions. I know a lot of people want to hear about the Lions. We'll get the Detroit Lions as well, hopefully this week. But for the most part right now, is Josh Allen underrated or overrated? And I got to tell you, looking at what they bring to the table, and I just showed it up there again, the Bills Mafia, they run deep, they run strong, they want to keep bringing in talent. They lost Stefon Diggs, and we're going to go into the whole situation with him, but they bring in Keon Coleman. Here's a little shot of Keon Coleman. It is Keon Coleman. In college, was a beast. They brought him in. They got a star talent that they want at the receiver position. They think they fulfilled that issue or that gap because to be honest, even though Stefon Diggs was there, it was like before the season had some complications. We went over that where it was like, oh, does he want to be traded? Does he want to leave? Why isn't he showing up? Does he have an issue with Josh Allen? Does he have an issue with the franchise? Does he have an issue like what's going on with the Buffalo Bills? All those fans out there, they have some awesome fans, some wild people out there in Buffalo. I'm going to get into at the end of the segment today on why the Buffalo Bills fans are so important to the team, why they have such a big impact. We're going to go into that. But more importantly right now, what do they need to do? They need to play tough defense, and they need to figure out an opportunity for Josh Allen. They got to find an opportunity for Josh Allen because that's the question I have right now. Does Josh Allen get enough credit? Because when I watch this man run around the field, make plays, carry the team on his back, I like what Josh Allen brings to the table. We got all kinds of videos and stuff I'm going to bring you guys during the season, highlights and clips, some things I can use, some things I cannot use, and that is why it's not on here right this very second. But Josh Allen brings so much to that offense. Without Josh Allen on that roster, the Buffalo Bills are a complete different football team. And you might say, hey, Brandon, any freaking team where you say, let me take the quarterback out, of course they're a big part. But Josh Allen is super versatile, whether he's running, passing, making plays, reads, reading the defense, making sure he knows what's going on, hot routes. We're going to go into all that this season. If you know football, I know football. I'm going to dig a lot deeper. Some of the people coming in want detailed information, reading reads and roll coverages and what they're looking at, safeties and corners. I'm going to dial into that a little more in-depth as we get all those people into the live stream, especially during the play-by-plays. I'm going to give you front close personal understanding of what's going on in the field in the huddle locker room so you guys can understand a little bit more than just guys running around tackling people and scoring touchdowns. So Josh Allen, here's my opinion to him. I think he does get credit. I think people are like Josh Allen. When they win, it's here. When they lose, it's a little lower. Obviously, any team's going to do that. ESPN, ABC, any of these coverages are going to cover you more when you're winning games. Josh Allen gets a lot of love and credit, but I got to tell you, he is the heartbeat of that team, right? Not just the offense. He's the heartbeat of that team. When he's running down the sidelines, he's breaking tackles, running through arm tackles, running through whatever he's doing, stiff-arming people. He's making plays on the football field like a fullback, right? Not a running back, but like a fullback. Really, a big guy to bring down the field. He's got a great mentor, I believe, in Jim Kelly, who I hope to get on the show as well, have that conversation with him coming on, telling us about quarterback gameplay and what he thinks. I'm told we're going to get him on live on the show. Will be freaking awesome to sit here and bullshit with him, and then also to get Josh Allen on here as well. That is our goal this year, to do that. But I think he gets a lot of credit. I think that he could get more. I think people looking at someone who's out there who is a real prototype quarterback, a big guy who's a pocket passer, who can get outside, and scramble and make plays with his legs, like I said, and break tackles. I think Josh Allen does not get, to be completely honest, enough credit because of being the overall heartbeat of his team. The Buffalo Bills make it to where they go because of him. That's the truth. I mean, we got to call a spade here. Whether you love him or hate him, they get where they got to get because of that. Now, they traded out Poyer. They had a great safety, made a lot of money. They traded him to the Miami Dolphins, right? And now you lost, your receiver, in Stefon Diggs. Once you lose Stefon Diggs, you lose Poyer. You're losing some impact players. We got to, that's the truth. You're losing impact players. So we're going to go into who they brought in, what they need to be successful this season on the field during the regular season. We got their schedule here pulled up. We're going to go into that. Will they be able to win the AFC division that they're in as well? But I'm just saying, Josh Allen, I believe he gets credit, but probably not enough. He is the heartbeat of that team, and out in Buffalo, they believe it. And if you look at the fan base and what they did all last year, I'm going to show you some clips, some videos, some evidence of how great that fan base is. They are loyal. They are committed to Josh Allen. Let me just break that down for you so you guys know that. They are absolutely, positively committed to Josh Allen, and I think that's important. I believe the organization's committed to, and I think the changes they need to make is really simple. Get Josh Allen some weapons on the field he could dump the ball to. They got to work on the screens, the running back situation, and they have James Cook, which I'm going to go through some impact players in a second on what they really need to do. Overall, is he overrated, underrated? They show him love. I think that they were talking about MVPs last year. A lot of conversation. Lamar Jackson, obviously, with the MVP. You got Patrick Mahomes. He gets out there. Talk about Dak Prescott. Talk about Brock Purdy. Talk about a lot of quarterbacks out there, right? Josh Allen, in the conversation, out of the conversation, in the conversation. He's someone that they should be talking about more. I think Josh Allen is a phenomenal quarterback, a prototype quarterback, and someone who wants to get it done. He leaves it on the field. That's what I believe. But let's move on for a second. Why Stefon Diggs, was a must-trade situation. I cannot wait to get all these. The reason I want to make every single thing you guys are saying, look at the chat for a second. Let's regroup in there and see what people are saying. Miss Lex in the building, I appreciate you. Pitbull, Mama LaFrance, I'm going to go through this in a second. Keith Rowe, Roger Jeffley, Candy, Brittany, everyone that's in here. He is motivated, is in the building. Devon is in the building. Everyone that came here this morning, I appreciate you. I greatly appreciate everybody. I'm trying to take a look. Kenyatta, everyone that's in the chat right now. Julie, how are you? Annie, how are you? Everyone that's popping, everybody right now, smack that like button, run that up. If you're watching right now, hit that like button. Make sure you do. We're bringing a lot of people. I have a lot of conversation to go here. But more importantly, the Buffalo Bills. Why Stefon Diggs was a must trade. Why they had to get rid of him. Because here's the problem. Whether he's great or not, it becomes an I, right? Me, all eyes on me. I'm not saying that's what he was. I'm not saying that Stefon Diggs is a bad person. I'm not saying that they should have got rid of Stefon Diggs earlier. I'm not saying any of that. I like Stefon Diggs. He will be great this season. You're going to see him ball out. He's a great talent. I love watching him play. The problem is with the Buffalo Bills. When you're not showing up, minute there's conversation, he wants to be traded, there's a problem, there's some concerns. You got to get that team and bring it together very quickly. Because this is someone who's a star on the field. This isn't a third receiver, a fourth receiver, a rookie you're bringing in that you can move around. This is a receiver that they obviously wanted in the locker room who was a star on the team. Without him in some of those games, they would have lost those games. So I'm just saying this is someone you need in your roster. And if you don't have him, you need to replace him some way, shape, or form. And I'm just saying they were an excellent talent together. Josh Allen, Stefon Diggs, they have so many great images together, making plays. And then you see some other images, which I have, where it looks like there were more, a little bit more of a debate, if you want to say. I don't want to say an argument, but I will say similar to a debate. There's some other pictures out there of him that it was like, was he a must trade? Did they have to let him go? And the truth is, yes. They had to let Stefon Diggs go. It's time to move on. Next chapter. Who do you bring in? They bring in Keon Coleman, who I think will be a good receiver for the Buffalo Bills. Will he jump in, make the plays they need? He might. But what they really need to focus on is finding the offensive weapons at the tight end position. I've been saying this. I promise you, if you're in the chat right now, throw the footballs in the chat. Drop NFL in the chat because the NFL is back, baby. We're back for the NFL season. I can't sleep that well when the NFL is not on because I feel like I'm looking forward. I got my kids, which is great. It's wonderful. My kids, my wife, that's my world right now. But when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, football has to be on TV. Like, I want to hear it on the radio. I want to put ESPN on. I want the game on when I'm just making some food or I'm doing something. I want the game on. I watch old games. I love Canada, but CFL is not the NFL. It is not what I'm watching from these big-time football teams. I know they try to hype it up, try to bring it up, the XFL and all that. I love it. I hope there's some awesome sponsor deals coming up. I love it. I'll appreciate it. I'll support it. But it's not the NFL. That is the God's honest truth. If you're in here right now, throw the dice in the chat. Put the wheel in the chat because we're going to be spinning that wheel this play-by-play season. During the NFL, we're giving out a lot of cash, a lot of money, having fun with you guys. Do not forget to drop the wheel in the chat. Put the dice in the chat. I want to see everyone from the Mason mob that's in here right now. I greatly appreciate you guys continue to build this. But Stefon Diggs, he had to go. He's gone, and now it's time. It's time right now for the Buffalo Bills to step up and find the next target. Keon Coleman could be the guy. They need a tight end. They need a tight end that's going to step up and make plays. I'm saying this like the George Kittles, the Travis Kelce's. Even the Cowboys had a tight end. Look around the National Football League. I'm telling you, go out and find yourself a great tight end that's going to make plays. Not saying they don't have one, but find yourself a star. Spend your money on a tight end that can block, that can pass, that can catch, and that can block. So that way Josh Allen has someone to throw the ball to. And let's move on here. The Buffalo Bills impact players this season, right? So we already talked about that. When I click on the graphic I got right here, we talk about the Buffalo Bills. We know it's Josh Allen. Stefon Diggs is gone. They bring in Keon. Let's go back here for a second and check this out. James Cook. They better open up that running game this year. He played well. A lot of teams, try to get rid of the running back position a little bit. They kind of get out of it. And in the chat right now, make sure you guys are checking out the live chat, communicating back and forth on what's going on. Because when I get this set up where it pops up, we almost got it ready. As soon as I click on it, all your questions and your statements, I can click on it. It pops up live on the screen. We almost have it done. I told you we'll have it done by the end of the week, and we will. I promise you that. But look, James Cook, he's got to step it up and make plays. I mean, this is the year that he's got to make plays. Everyone has an expiration date in the NFL. Eventually, people are heading out. You're there for a while. Eventually, you're going to be gone. I have the schedule of who they're playing as well. I'm going to bring that up in a second. But James Cook better have a hell of a season. They need Josh Allen. They need him to be able to run play action passes, naked bootlegs. They better be able to do that, and they better be able to get the ball to him and screen passes. They better be able to get him to in between the tackles, outside zones. They got to make it happen because they need to work on the play action to get it to Keon Coleman, get it to the other receivers, and hopefully those tight ends get open. And Josh Allen can move with his legs with those naked bootlegs and go back and even in shotgun, get out there, make some plays, get some first downs, on 2nd and 15. And Josh Allen is running down the sideline for a first down. You're like, we just had him where we wanted him, and we couldn't get it done. We couldn't stop him. They better work on their impact players. Last season, you could pull them all up. It was Josh Allen. It was James Cook. It was Stephon Diggs. It was Jordan Poyer. It was all these players. Wow, look at this team. 2 of those guys are gone. When you lose 2 impact players, you start looking at who you got. It changes the DNA of the offense. It changes the DNA of the defense, which leads into special teams, obviously. And then they better work on, obviously, some of this play calling and changes on the field. Being able to maneuver when you see corners rolling, safeties rolling, changing up on the field to put them in the best situation possible. Josh Allen is the person to be able to do that. But I'm just saying, when I look at their impact players, I go through and I pulled up, the situation there. I cannot wait to get to this next piece and talk about the fan base and what they're bringing to the table. Because I'm just saying, I wish I had a whole bunch of players to pull up. I'm not saying they're not going to be good. I'm just saying I wish I had a list of impact players to pull up. I don't. Josh Allen, James Cook, Keon Coleman. You start looking at them, they got some players, there's some other players out there, but they lost some talent, but they have a big fan base. And we're going to go into this in a second. Can the Buffalo Bills win the AFC East, right? Look at it. This is the matchup right here that you obviously look at and go, look, who do you got in the schedule? This is the AFC East. The Patriots, they should win that. The Jets, they should win that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And then you look at the Dolphins. Will the Dolphins show up? They might show up and be one of the toughest teams in the National Football League, or they could be a bust. But tell you what, the Miami Dolphins have a hell of an amount of people on their roster. They even have Jordan Poyer now, too. So if you look at the Miami Dolphins, they have a roster full of players. If they don't get to the playoffs and do damage this year, I don't know when the hell else they will. Look at that right now in the chat. Will the Buffalo Bills win the AFC East? Patriots, the Dolphins, the Jets. Will they win the AFC East? That's a question in here right now. And I got to bring some of you guys in here up to speed. Right now, people are saying Josh Allen's underrated. Everyone in here, I got to bring you guys up to speed. Some detailed work. We have some conversation and diving deeper into the conversation that we're having. Will they win the AFC East? And I have a lot of questions about that and Josh Allen and his people that he could bring to the table. Again, I had the Bills Mafia. And then here is the schedule. Let me get this up in front and center for you guys. I have other computers here, monitors I can read because my eyes suck for some odd reason. Here we go right now. They have the Cardinals, the Dolphins, the Jaguars, the Ravens, the Texans, New York Jets. Then they have here, look at this, the Titans, Seattle, Dolphins. Look, they don't have an overly tough schedule here to start it off. Then they got the Colts, they got the Chiefs, they have a bye week, San Francisco. So they got the Chiefs, the bye week in San Francisco. That'll be a tough situation. LA, the Lions. I think the Lions will be good this season. And then they have the Patriots. I'm being honest, their schedule is not all that tough, right? When I take a look at that, can the Buffalo Bills win the AFC East? Absolutely, they can. And then you look at their schedule, it's like, I see them in the playoffs easily. Do they have the talent to get through the playoffs? Can they beat the Lions? What are you guys thinking? I have some Lions fans in here. Can they beat the Lions this year? That's a question, too, as you get to the playoffs and start moving through the AFC. Can they find their way to a Super Bowl with people in the AFC, obviously? Chiefs, you got a lot of tough players, a lot of tough talent, and they are recruiting, and they're bringing in great players. They're drafting great players. I don't know if the Buffalo Bills have enough firepower to get through the season. Injuries are going to happen, right? Whether it's quarterback, receivers, running backs, that's going to happen. Do they have talent in general? And then do they have the depth after that? I love the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to go into their some of their talent they have off the field, which is their fans and why they're so special and why people love them so much. We're going to go into that right now in a second. But I want to just say Josh Allen steps up to the plate no matter what, right? So whoever he's got on the roster is going to try to make it work. But let's dive in right now to a second that I have for you guys for a minute. How important the fans are in Buffalo. How important these fans are to the Buffalo Bills to be successful. And you pull it up, you go, this is Josh Allen. These are how they act, right? They got their fan base. They love their players. It's big time out there. You can imagine how great, these players love to be here. I have some images I want to show you guys about the Buffalo Bills Right now, I have some snow pictures, but right now, look at this stadium. This is where people want to play. What is in Buffalo? You know, I had this conversation yesterday, and I said, before I pull up some pictures of them cleaning the snow up, I had this conversation. The Chiefs. What is in Kansas City? Now, if you go to Kansas City, they're going to tell you all kinds of stuff that's out in Kansas City. But if you're not in Kansas City, or you're not in Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas, Kansas City, Missouri, can't mess that up. If you're not out there, what's there? You're like, Chiefs, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. When you go to Buffalo, if you ask Jim Kelly and some of these famous people, you know, playing out in there, and I know Jim Kelly's a good guy. If you're asking these guys, what's in Buffalo? You're like, football. And people say wings, like Buffalo Wild Wings. And then you might just say some of these kind of things. Tim Horton coffee, like, I don't know what else is in Buffalo to do. And now that's why I have this picture here, shoveling snow, right? Like, we have the Buffalo Bills fan base out there before the game getting paid. I believe it was $20 an hour, whatever they offered a bunch of people to come out, anybody that wanted to help shovel. These are pictures of what the Buffalo fan base will do for their team, for their franchise. They're out there helping. And here's another picture here, getting it done. We want this field to be ready. We want the Buffalo Bills come in and win us a playoff game. We want to see them go to the Super Bowl. We are excited about it, but look at these images. I mean, they're out there getting it done. Like, they're out there making it work for their franchise. They're getting it done for their team. Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills, like, they're out there getting it done. And I'm just saying, this is important. This is dynamic. This is also exciting for the Bills to come to practice every single day. And let me tell you something, when it gets to playoff season, when you're in, January and it's dumping feet of snow, and let me tell you something, I had a bad knee injury and I had to live in Buffalo. I actually had my doctor there. I was living near the stadium. I had a knee specialist. I had food. They were cooking for me every day. I had all this there in football. I woke up. I had ACL surgery. I woke up and I literally went outside and I have a brace on my knee. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, there's like 3 feet on my car. I'm like, first off, everything is shoveled to walk out. Someone plowed it. And they're like, see you tomorrow. And I'm like, I can't even get to my car. Literally, my whole car was covered in snow. And I said, it's okay. We'll get through it. People next door helped out, and I got it done, got it off. Parked my car at the gym. I was in the gym an hour and 45 minutes. Do this, you work out, shower, whatever. Work out. I come out, car is full of snow again. I'm not lying. Every single day in Buffalo during the season, you better be ready to go. Your heart better be ready to go. You better have drive, motivation, charisma, all that, because you're going to fight through the NFL season into the later months of the season, the playoffs. These guys are tough, and they got to live through that. And I'm just saying, this is why the fan base is tough. The Buffalo Bills are tough. Josh Allen is tough. And I brought that up for a second because I wanted to talk about that. And I just think the Buffalo Bills this season, they have every opportunity to play well. They have every opportunity to win games, to be successful. But during the season, do they have enough depth? That's a question we got right now in the chat right now. I appreciate you guys. And what I wanted to do, everybody right now, put your lucky numbers in the chat. We're supposed to do that every freaking day. Drop your lucky numbers in the chat to bring some luck and some excitement into your life today and through the week. We've always done that through the freaking play-by-plays and through all those NBA games. Drop your lucky numbers in the chat right now. And he is motivated. We share that same freaking lucky number. Drop in there right now. We got a lot of cool things coming, and a lot of people that haven't seen during the NFL or during the play-by-plays where we have the wheel. We're going to be spinning that damn wheel, giving out some money. I'm excited to do that. I know everybody that's coming into the live streams is starting to see us growing and building and social media and all that. I cannot wait to get you guys some updates live in the chat right now. Miss Lex, we appreciate you guys. Miss Lex, if you don't know in there right now, put the prayers in there right now for Miss Lex. She went through a lot out in Texas. Her home devastated through power, could not really do much out there, had to go to the gym. Miss Lex, you can let us know you had to go to the gym to get power to come on and watch the show because you couldn't even do much. You didn't even have internet, you didn't have cable, nothing. You finally getting your home restored. So prayers for you, Miss Lex. You've been part of our platform, jumping on our live play-by-play with low people or thousands of people. It didn't matter. You were there, show love and appreciation. We greatly appreciate you guys right now for getting in here. Throw that out there. Yeah, I love to see the flags out there, the hearts out there. Thank you, all the beautiful girls that join us for our live streams in the morning. Put those hearts in there because like I said, during our NFL live streams, I said, we started off, we had like 90% men, 10% women. Then it was like 60-40. I'm like, whoa, here comes all the girls. They love football too. They love sports too. And I think that's fascinating. So I want to make sure that we said that we appreciate it. We support you, and Miss Lex, I hope all that as well. But we're moving on right now. We got some sponsor deals coming. You guys are going to be a big part of. Everyone that's in the Mason Mob, you're verified on there. As you get through the first month, all of a sudden you get the cash symbols next to your name. So right now in the chat, drop those money symbols, drop a cash symbol in there, and I will lead that off. Bang, because we're getting sponsor deals coming to our platform. Some big time betting platforms are coming up, stepping to the plate saying, what are we doing? I said, right now we're live Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. When the play-by-play start and all those people come here, we're going to say, hey, tomorrow morning we're live in the morning. And all of a sudden hundreds of people, thousands of people will be in our morning show. It's going to be great. And I cannot wait to call all you guys in to bullshit with me on here and have a lot of fun. You guys make this awesome. You guys make this great. And every single day, Monday through Friday, we're going to be live until 10:30. When we have guests, we're live till 11. If you're in here right now, I greatly appreciate you. Be on here tomorrow at 9:55. Jump in here. The countdown starts at 10. Let's keep moving this thing. Let's keep building this thing, because there's going to be a lot of guests that are going to be coming on our platform. I have already people scheduled. You're going to see it in your email. So make sure BrandonMasonShow.com, put your email in there, because emails go out the night before. You will see the live guest that's coming on the show. You guys will see it first and foremost before anybody does. It will go to your email and say, live tomorrow on the show, we have Josh Allen. Live on the show tomorrow, we have a UFC fighter or a bare knuckle fighter or whoever's coming on, Jalen Hurts, whoever's coming on the show. You'll get an email right away. Go on BrandonMasonShow.com and put your email in there into the newsletter. You get added in there. As soon as you do that, you'll get those updates every day. It'll say Brandon Mason Show live tomorrow, 10 a.m. and who we're talking to, who we're talking about, or if the guest is coming on the show. So I greatly appreciate you guys. I hope all of you have a great rest of your Tuesday. It's 10:30. It's Tuesday, July 16th. I hope all of you enjoy your day. My birthday's coming up on Thursday, so the 18th, which is going to be fun too. And guess what? I'm going to be right here hanging out with you guys, so you don't even got to worry about that. Here's what I want for a birthday present. Everybody to bring one person on the show that isn't on right now. On Thursday, I'm asking you on Thursday. I'm here every day, Monday through Friday. But on Thursday, I want you to bring one person that you know to jump in here live for me on the show. That's what I want for a birthday. And you guys have your birthdays. I want to make sure that we do something for you guys. We also, before I get off, during the play-by-plays, when we start the games, we're going to spin the wheel, give away money, but we're also going to be sending some pizza to some people's homes as you're watching the game. So we're going to spin the wheel. We're going to try to add a pizza on there. So if you spin it and it says pizza, bang, you get a pizza delivered for the next game. We call it, we send it right to your house. We take care of everything. You get 2 large pizzas. You get to pick your toppings. You also get soda, whatever you want to get your party started. You know we're going to do that. We greatly appreciate you. And if you're in here right now, hit that like button. Now, here's the thing I'm going to ask of you. As soon as I sign off today, give it 2 minutes. As soon as I sign off, it's going to upload. Go back and comment on the live stream. Obviously, you guys are all in here right now commenting. As soon as we sign off, bang, I want you to go back to the show you just watched and just leave a comment. There's a whole nother comment section, and people will start sparking interest in talking with you. I greatly appreciate you guys. You guys mean a lot to me. We are building this platform big. I hope to have every single one of you calling in, talking on the show. I promise you, when they call in, I can click on it, and you guys can talk with me live on the platform. And if you want to show your face, we can put it on video. If you just want audio, that's fine too. Put your makeup on, get out there. Guys, girls, whatever you wear, makeup, it's up to you. You come on, and we bring you on live. Enjoy the rest of your day. Remember, as soon as we sign off, you're going to see the sign-off screen here for a minute. And as soon as it cuts off, go and leave a message on the live stream and talk to people, because they're going to be on there. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day. Until tomorrow, be here 9:55. Love you guys. See you guys soon.